take a brief moment before I hand over to them and to the new, Mary Ann. I just want to talk for a moment about the history of Veterans Day and why it's important. And for some of you, this will be a refresher on history, and for others, maybe enlightening. So, if you recall back in the history books, the Treaty of Versailles for World War I was signed on June 28, 1919, but it was actually many months earlier where fighting in Europe had ceased. And it was actually an armistice on November 11, 1918, that was recognized after the Treaty of Versailles by President Wilson, denoted November 11th as Armistice Day. And on that first Armistice Day, he asked that all businesses and other government operations cease at 11 o'clock for a period of time to observe and recall the peace of the war to end all wars. Going forward through the years, Congress recognized Armistice Day in 1924, and then it was declared a federal holiday in June of 1938. Fast forward a little bit further, after the Korean War, in 1954, President Eisenhower, and I'm going to pull out my phone here because I want to read something. President Eisenhower changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day with his Veterans Day Declaration. And my eyesight's horrible here, so I'm going to switch to no glasses. Veterans Day Proclamation, which stated, in order to ensure proper and widespread observance of this anniversary, all veterans organizations, and the entire citizenry will wish to join hands in a common purpose. Towards this end, I am designating the Administrator of Veterans Affairs as Chairman of Veterans Day National Committee, which will include such other persons as the Chairman, on and on and on, but nonetheless here to join hands in the common purpose of recognizing veterans and the contributions of veterans and their families. So that's why November 11th is our Veterans Day. It is not a set day of the week like I think President's Day is always on a Monday. It is in direct observance and remembrance of the end of World War I and an opportunity to thank our veterans. So with that, I'm going to pass this microphone off to Banu Thomas, and we'll proceed with the rest of this afternoon's event. So, Banu.
Thank you, Ross. If you don't know Ross is famous now. He's on the video, and he's also a veteran who joined MetLife directly from our service, from the service. So, in honor of Veterans Day, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and thanks to all of the veterans and veterans' families, or if you have any friends that are serving, their sacrifice and what they put their lives at risk for. We're enjoying that today with our freedoms and our ability to work here and everything that America is about. So thank you to all the veterans. I'd like to also especially thank Ross, Tim here, and the rest of the MVETs here at the Cary local campus for for their service, and also for setting up all the veterans events. And we do a lot of volunteering efforts. We raise a lot of funds. I've been with MetLife for over 15 years. In the last almost 2 years here in the Cary campus, both at incubator sites and here, we have done so much for veterans that in the last 2 years than the prior 13 years of my career at MetLife that I have witnessed. But of course, MetLife, we have a long history of giving back to veterans and supporting veterans affairs and various things that we do with veterans and their families. So I would like to dedicate this flag. So this flag was flown at the Capitol of North Carolina. And I'd like to dedicate this flag to the GTO campus, and receiving this flag is Marian Prudente, who is one of the executive sponsors of MVET in Cary.
On behalf of the campus, I want to thank you for this flag, and also really just thank all of the veterans. We have so many veterans working here in the Cary campus. It's really, really wonderful to see. We thank you for your all that you've given for the country. So thank you, and how about a hand for the vets?
All right, now you can go back to your lunch. Thank you again.